Welcome to this channel. So, a few of our martial art friends, Wing Chun friends, and also our reader who have read the Kung Fu 1560s, asking me to share more on the four aspects of momentum handling, which is in the General Qi Jiguang classic after they watched my yesterday's YouTube on Sports Science is the way to go. So today I'm going to share with you this, okay? So that here on everybody who practice Kung Fu or want to know about Kung Fu know this is really critical for Kung Fu. Now, the first thing I like to share with you is that whether one practice Shaolin martial arts or General Qi Jiguang martial arts or the Wing Chun 1850, one thing we must know is that one must not have this hate emotion in oneself. Okay? Disregard of what in the movie saying that Wing Chun is based on hatred. That is wrong, completely wrong. Okay? Shaolin's teaching is saying one must not have hatred heart. You know that hatred is one of the poison which is in the teaching of the Buddha. The poison will poison ourselves more than poison other people. That's hatred. Okay? And after the hatred, one will start to talk bad about other people, put down other people, looking for trouble. So hatred need to be avoided at all costs. That is neither Buddha's teaching or neither or Shaolin teaching. So the movie screw up, okay? The Wing Chun movie, one of the movies say hatred is the core of Wing Chun. Forget about that. That is the reason many people, if they believe on that, is going to completely screw them up. And that, of course, is going to screw Wing Chun up too. Because everybody turn into this hatred of other people. Bad mouthing, putting down. And we can all sit down there and bad mouth, putting down with all this hatred and do nothing. Okay? So you might ask me, well, is there a proof? Sure. In restricting Wing Chun, page 24. This is the teaching of Shaolin. And this is the translation. Here it says that no hatred. Okay? It particularly say that no hatred. Why? You want to investigate on techniques, momentum, technology. One with a hatred heart and a hot mind, one couldn't even see clearly what is in front of one's eyes. How can one have any advanced Kung Fu at all? Okay? As the Buddha's teaching, you got hatred, you know you go off track already. You cannot get mindfulness, sorry. Okay? This is important because we need to know how to behave. Not get into the point that we have never learned the art and then we screw up our life. Okay? So this is important if we want to talk about martial art. Shaolin martial arts. Chinese martial arts. And we know that if you read the Kung Fu 1560, Shaolin is Shaolin martial art is an offspring of General Qi Jiguang and Ming Dynasty's martial arts. And also in the chapter 14 of General Qi Jiguang, it said that when you practice, you need to spar, you need to test it out, but this is for technical sake. This is not to have a showing off or who beat who, those kind of stuff. Those are wrong path. Okay? So this has to be really careful. A martial artist or a warrior need to be able to see things clearly. Okay, so that's very important because whenever I talk martial art, I don't want anybody to get all this whatever I share and go out there and fighting and then compete who is number one, blah blah blah. I don't want that. Okay. And also, like lately, people critics me that this book is for my uh, political agenda to to uh, to push for the 1850s Wing Chun. Okay. Well, this is absolutely ridiculous. This book is General Qi Jiguang's as it. Got nothing to do with 1850s Wing Chun. In fact, have you ever seen me call myself a grandmaster of 1850s Wing Chun? Have you ever seen me talk about this? I have this lineage, like in a movie. I have the oldest lineage. Have you ever heard me talk about those nonsense? Okay. So this is a type of thing which is missing the point. What I'm doing in this channel is to share with everybody what we find. It's a technology. If we don't have technology, forget about martial arts. Forget about your 1850 Wing Chun or 1960 Wing Chun or whatever Wing Chun. You don't have technology. It's just all empty talk. Okay? So people who say things like that is either they are ignorant, they are clueless on what is General Qi Jiguang chapter 14, or never study it. In the reality, if you make a study of General Qi Jiguang chapter 14, the statistic of who learned it, even the Chinese, you can find out even 99.9999% of the people, Chinese martial artists, have no clue on what is the General Qi Jiguang chapter 14. Okay? That's how bad it is. Not to mention what is the inside there, the details. So when people make different types of opinion, either they are clueless or they purposely want to destroy what is shared in the West and the world for whatever their agenda or whatever their ignorance. Okay, so we need to know that all this chapter 14 and all ancient classic, it is not a literature. You cannot translate it like words to words. And if you look at words to words translations of the uh, the uh, the General Qi Jiguang chapter 14, you can see all the translation all over the West, but none of them tell what it is. It's just like people who have no idea on what is physics and try to translate a physics books based on literature, based on, in other words, everybody's imaginations. So this is a technical book. This is the serious stuff. Now, why do I whining on this? I whining here is because the four aspect of the momentum handling is the foundations of traditional Chinese martial arts. Anybody leave these foundations, then either it is no longer traditional Chinese martial arts as General Qi Jiguang have defined it, or it is a really narrow scopes of something, or a small fractions of traditional Chinese martial arts. And if it is not traditional Chinese martial art, then don't expect it to be able to use it in fight. If it's just a small narrow aspects of the Chinese martial art, then forget about it. You will never be able to face Western boxing, Thai boxing, judo, jiu-jitsu, kyokushin, MMA, and the list keeping going down, which is a realistic, a holistic martial arts. Okay, so that's how serious is this 4 aspects. And if you read all, even in the Chinese, to Chinese translations or explanation, in Chinese, you seldom see a proper presentation of this, not to mention in the English. And just because of that, the entire thing screw up. Okay? So the 4 aspects of the basic momentum handling based on General Qi Jiguang. Okay, so anybody have the book? It's in page 68. The first one is the cleverness. The second one is the fierceness. The third one is the speediness. The fourth one is the softness. This 4 thing is the key to the key, the core of the core. One need to have this basic training. 4 of them, not just one, okay? 4 of them. So, these 4 of them are all handling of momentum, different way of handling momentum. It is very different than today's Chinese Kung Fu. In today's Chinese Kung Fu, you see this kind of thing. I have this jing, or I have this hand, I have this punch, I have this. It is completely not that. When I was young, I too thinking that, oh, this is the jing, this is the hand techniques, and I have this hand technique, this hand technique, this hand techniques. I too think that way because the entire environment is like that. But after I go search, investigate, and asking the older generation to educate me what is going on, then I found this 4 aspects of General Qi Jiguang. It is not about this hand, this jing, that jing. It's not. It's the momentum handling. The momentum handling which is a must. Okay? It never is standing straight with a structure or in a balanced manner. It is not. So let's go for it. The first aspect is cleverness is to attack forward or backward with a single leg raises. So it means that cleverness is to attack with one leg standing, one leg on ground. Okay? Either attack forward or attack backward. Now there's one thing you need to careful for the ancient writing. Single leg also means instability. So the first key of a single leg attack, it is playing with instability momentum. Instability. So let's take this away, this hand away. So single leg attack, if you look at in today's words, it is like you gotta attack. Okay? So as we all know, any kicks from this to convert to this, there's instability there. Okay, there's instability there. That is the instability. Okay, so this is a forward type of momentum. Okay, there's instability. There's the forward, the leg stick up forward type. And another instability is the leg stick backward type, which is, okay, stick backward type. Okay, so like we can see in the throw and all kind of stuff. And all this is instability. Okay, you want to make use of instability, either in the forward continuity or the backward, okay, those type. Okay, all this instability. Now, of course, this is not to asking for. I want to have a always stable, the yin and yang balance. Or I want to stand in the structure so firm there. In fact, what General Qi Jiguang say is, you want to be able to make use of the instability. Okay? Continues to play that instability while you only stand with one leg. You attack always. Okay, there's no block there as you can see. You have kick, kick, you want to have a throw. All those things is instability. Making use of it. So that's the first aspect. The second aspect, fierceness is to attack diagonally with chop and to attack literally with fist. So what is that? That means it is something like that, like this. Let me get this thing up here first. So it is like this. Okay? Oh, that is the second aspect. Pay attention to the body. Okay? So it is, the body is continuous spin. Long fist, long range. Okay? Or like our friend, those are called fierceness. Okay? So one is not going to stop. That's the fierceness. And the important is the momentum handling here with the body coordinations. Now, the third one, speediness is to execute joint lock, throw, or takedown. So, for example, in the fighting, you bait him and you're going down. Okay, take down. Or you bait him and you throw him. Those has to be fast. And you can see that this type of momentum handling is different than the first one, which is instability handling using single leg to attack. The second one, the continuous, very fierce attack, it's different. The fourth one is softness is to attack using a dodge footwork to avoid head-on confrontations. Softness is to attack using a dodge footwork to avoid head-on confrontation. That's number 4. Say he's attacked me. Say the first second he throw this punch out, right away, one go here, slam, slam. Okay, that is called softness. I'm not standing here to block and punch and have all these hand techniques or have my peng jing or whatever heck. No. Softness is from here. You get in, you strike from here. That is called softness. So you move in, strike, strike. You move in, strike, strike. Okay? Or the strike come, you're going down, you strike. That is called softness. Now this is the 4 basic momentum handling of Chinese Kung Fu 1560s. And of course you need to have the functional training. Not just standing still there or standing in this range, like even in the restricting Wing Chun. Your functional training has to consist of, the knee down walking and the kneeling walking. In order to satisfy all of this, okay? So now you see that Chinese Kung Fu, the basic is one need to learn how to be able to attack with a single leg in an unstable condition. The second thing, one need to be able to machine gun, power machine gun. The third thing is one need to be able to do the picking, the throwing, all type of stuff for the throw and take down. The last one is he strike, you strike in. You always he strike, you strike, he strike, you strike with the diagonal or changing the level. This is Chinese Kung Fu. Not about this hand, I'm going to hit this hand, standing there, or I stand there, I have to be center, and then I have to use my hand, the Jing, the Qi. One can train those Jing and Qi and all this thing and go back to 460 years to fight any of the General Qi Jiguang's army. You will get wiped out. So, like it or not, to face the reality, that is the technology, the very basic of the Chinese Kung Fu, according to Qi Jiguang. So do we have the body, the training, the functional training to do all this, the first type, the first aspect? How about the second aspect? Do we have that? How about the third aspect? Do we have that? How about the fourth aspect? Do we have that body to do the job? Or we keeping saying that, oh, this is the tiger hand, this is the crane hand, this is the dragon hand. What the heck are you talking about? Even the ancient Chinese didn't say that. So this is how hopeless it is, or how sad it is. So if we still keeping, oh, my lineage is oldest, my grandmaster is the best, yin is yang, yang is yin, qi, Peng Jing will take care everything in the world. If we still continue to do that, might as well everybody sit down talking fantasy, okay? You will never be able to face the reality of Western boxing, MMA, Thai boxers, BJJ. Forget about it. You don't have the tools to do the job. While the basic tools here, we have no proficient in it. So this is what I like to share with you. This is how sad it is. The entire thing completely missed the target already. So this is the reality. And of course, more can be said. How should I breathe when I do all this thing? How should I breathe? There are many things there. If you don't have the four aspects need the functional training as well as just now I show you. You need to even walk really low so that your body can have a level shift. And you have to walk in a different funny way so that you'll be able to handle your angling. You have to be always in this instability, continuous, so that you'll be able to handle the imbalance, which is in the fighting, it will be imbalance. Have we ever seen any MMA match that everybody stand there in a balanced way, in a structured way? Have you seen anybody doing that? And of course, the second, the fierceness, the footwork, the body work of handling the fierceness, the continuous power, change attack, continuous attack. So this is what I like to share with you. Looking into this, for me, it is just sadness. Sadness to see that Chinese Kung Fu in past 100 years, I don't know what they are doing. Sadness is now, like our friend Xi Xiaogong, dig all this thing up, expose under the sun, and it cry for solutions. But everybody is still doing their, I have my Jing, I have my this hand techniques, that hand techniques, I have my crane, I have my tiger, I have my dragon, I have my leopard. You're watching too much movie or what? So a culture, if it is not straightly clean it up, the culture is gone. Okay? And I know many, at least thousands of people in the West and around the world have invested so much time in Kung Fu. So I can offer you only this information this way. I'm not saying that I'm the grandmaster. I just say that this thing exists. And the reason for this book is that's General Qi Jiguang. That's what he said. That's what he meant. It's not me, Grandmaster Hendrik Santo or what. I don't want to be a grandmaster. Forget about it. Okay, and I'm not good to be a grandmaster. I'm just a beginner to learn, to study what is going on there.